everybody, it's me, Trader Max, here on July 1st, 2025 on the Shogun Gun Show here this Tuesday. I want to welcome everybody for being here today. What happened to June? I think June just disappeared, man, right? Just
didn't want to be here no more.
Didn't want to be here no more. Did not want to be here no more. So we're here on the Shogun Gun Show here today for all of you because we got some great updates. Great things are happening. Things are starting to come together with the NFT, but we're hosted here today with myself, Trader Max, and my trusty sidekick, co-host, and partner, and son, and so many other different levels, Crypto Quinton.
Hola.
What's up, my man?
Happy to be here. It's a wonderful Tuesday afternoon.
Tuesday. Yep. Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. July 1st, Tuesday, but still only Tuesday.
It's very funny. You said Tuesday, and I suddenly started going back like, wait, did I say the right day? I was going by so fast. I'm like, I don't care about the time.
It is. It's terrible. It's like, I don't even know what day it is anymore. Like, there are so many things that we have going on in the state of Shogun. And so we're chipping away. We're chipping away, right? If you're watching right now, make sure that you jump into the chat room. However you're watching, over on X, wherever you are at, however you are watching, please converse inside the chat. Make sure you like, follow, share, do whatever you possibly do to tell the world about who we are and what we're doing today, because this is one of the most... This is the hardest part of putting together a whole network, is actually get eyes to the prize, right? And if you have a network solution out there, if you're just you're just a fan of ours, right? You know, we're coming back with a vengeance with everything that's been happening, and I want you to have an opportunity, okay? I'm going to pin this up to my profile and try to turn my notifications off. But I want you to have an opportunity to know what's happening, because I don't want you to miss out. I really don't. I don't want you to miss out that we've been so quiet for so long now. For the last 2 months, we've been super quiet in our chat room, in our Telegram, in the I have a hole in my shirt, go figure. ADHD treatment, whatever. Squirrel. But we have been so quiet in our rooms and our social media because we've been so busy. There's been so many things to build. The NFT, the Anvil, the Shogun martialarts.org website, the network, the actual physical location, building bathrooms, recreating floors, moving stuff, getting new customers, so many things. Most people can't handle one fucking job. You know, Quinton and I and our team and our people, we have like 20. It's crazy. How do we keep it organized? Well, for 15 easy payments in 1995, join our program now. Really, it is just a simple, it's one part pool ball reactive. It's one part planning. It's like 30 parts to it, right? It's knowing who to work with and who not to work with. It's not for everybody, right? This life is not for everybody, is it, Quinton?
No, and I think that's one of the most difficult parts, is that everyone's going to be doing it differently. Mm-hmm. Every team has a different dynamic and how they communicate together, and everyone has a different style of learning and how they do it. Mm-hmm. So it's about adaptivity.
If you're watching right now through StreamYard, through our network here on the Shogun Gun Show, put in there, good morning, how you doing, or good afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. Let us know who you are, what coins you support, who you're supporting. If you support us, great. Thank you very much. Give us a good thumbs up. Make sure that you like and follow, share, do all that kind of good stuff. But today we're going to be joined here in a few moments, because I knew he was going to be late because he has a lot of stuff happening. In fact, I was helping him with a lot of that stuff this morning. As most of you know, we have been putting together the State of Shogun on the NFT marketplace called shogunfusion.io. We started back in February with planning and programming and putting things together. And here it is, July. 5 months. So it really happened. I would say it was like the beginning of March, middle of March, that like the concept really came to bear. We got funding, we got everything on board. The programming team there's a reason why there's not a lot of companies out there that use Solana as the precursor for just their NFTs. There's a lot of other opportunities in there. because there's a lot of code stuff that goes with it, and it's very difficult. Um, it's been more than a year now, a year and 6 days that I've been in this newer version of the market. I was back in Bitcoin back in many moons ago, but being in the meme coin world is something of a strange animal. Most of you already know that. Mr. Quentin has known no other just yet, so he's. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time, and it works just fine for me.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. All right. So I think let's jump right in while we're waiting for our friends over at Just a Lotto, Mr. Ghost himself, to pop back in or to pop in and kind of give us what's going on. Secretly, him and I have been working together. Not secretly, we've known each other now, and this guy's like a brother from another mother. I really got to tell you that he is probably one of the realest people that you could physically sit down and talk to, and get that understanding. Like, hey, this guy's no bullshit, right? He's going to tell you straight to your face, what he feels and how things are. What's the state of Ghost in a way, right? So, yeah, and he's another busy motherfucker. Him and his wife, they're in there kicking his boo as fuck is out there. It's awesome. They're just non-nonsense. Just get in, do what you got to do to make it happen. Life hits you hard, and you just, hey, got to pull up the straps. Let's go, right?
Yeah.
Let's get in with the state of Shogun. I think that's we'll get this party started on our side and see what happens when Ghost chops in. The state of Shogun. This segment is brought to you by the letter what the fuck. I'm telling you, man, because there are so many things that have been going on in our industry, with Solana up and down, with XRP and the state of Shogun, the state of Solana, if you will, of up and down and all over the place. Our chart still hanging in strong, still doing what it's doing. Let me get up and do some presentations here. Let's see if we can get some stuff up here. I should have had all this ready. I do apologize. Here we go. As we drop in, we're sitting at that 112. We were up at 120, of course, when Solana was hitting 160 something. You can always tell. I pulled off one of the bots here today. We're going to be reactivating another one here, maybe even during the show, seeing how easy it is. We pulled off one of the bots. We did have a little bit of increase with Solana as it slowly dripped back down to this 110. Still sitting there nicely. We are still, as the last couple of weeks have we been touting, hopefully getting all this stuff in. There's all these statements like under promise, over deliver, kind of mentality. And I am in a way, right? But there is a process to all of this. Like, I have to make sure the NFTs are working. I have to make sure the Anvil bot's solid and secure and those things. We have to make sure that the web system is powerful. Web4j is powerful. And you know what, Quentin? I really don't know if people realize how powerful Web4j really is, because it's so quiet. The essence of that system over there is so vast. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Stick around for that conversation.
Yeah, because I could talk a lot about Web4.
Yeah, there's a lot back there, man. There's a lot back there. And dude, even this is the MO of life in a way, right? You ask for a tool, and it's like, all I need. That's what we hear. All we need is this. Okay. And you give them that. And then they go in it and they go, what's this for? Well, that's for this. Oh, I could use that too. And slowly, I think our system is the first nuclear bomb to kill a fly. It's like there are so many things there, but you can kill flies on Venus if you want to do it at that point. Bad analogy, but it's still, there's so many things that this program does. You need a car to drive to the launch pad to the bomb. There you go. You got it. Right. So there's so many things. If you go out and you buy like a Wix service or a website system, you're silly, because you're spending money you don't need to spend. We do have a lot of free services. You could run a fully autonomous business in our network for absolutely free, but yet So some people are like, well, you get what you pay for. Well, sort of that's is a statement in some cases, but in ours, it's not. All right, let's talk about the chart. So we were talking about the chart, $772 in volume over the last 24 hours. That's due to our bot, and some others. There's some other movements in and out, as you see over the past week. Pretty tenacious. But listen, this is what the Anvil bot does. It protects us here on this margin to keep in between the channel that we want to keep in, to keep market moving, keep market relevancy, which is super huge, right? 20K liquidity. This is all going to change very soon. When I say that, I tell you right now, we are locking 500 million coin. Okay. That's no joke. We have some very powerful people behind the scenes with us. We're all preparing, but we had to make sure that the NFT marketplace and the Anvil and all these things were solid. Had to make sure. And in order for that to happen, we needed to do a lot of things. We did these things, and now we're slowly getting there. The holiday, July 4th, is coming up. That's on this Friday. I can't believe it. July 4th weekend. There might be some partying going on. I might not be here on Thursday, Friday. I don't know. We're trying to make the show for Thursday. But Saturday, we may. I don't think. Are we doing a show Saturday? I think that's a big question.
Good question.
We'll probably have to announce something. We might be too fucked up from Friday to Saturday. I don't know. No, we have family members. We have a lot of people that we're partying with. We're going to be doing some celebrational stuff here too. Just so many things happening. Let's jump into Mr. Quinton. Let's see if we can jump right in here. This is the Anvilbot page here. Let's see if I can. Boom. Yep. There. Good. All right. Users. What's the user count? 105 right now. Not too bad. We got some good tokens on board from just a lotto, Strike Force. I don't know what that one was, but this is something I want to talk about. Fart Sparkle Mermaid. They came back around. I just saw them use them. I think they were an affiliate that came from us from someone in the network. Pretty cool. Did you hear that they did a relaunch?
I did. I saw actually Frankenbeans come into our main and start talking a little bit about it. I haven't had a lot of time to go check it out though.
Mm-hmm. Neither have I. I know that it was up and down a little bit all over the place, but is he here?
No, I was saw you open up his message.
Yeah. I probably should have done that live on stream. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about because we built their original website. I don't know if they still use it, but
yeah, because they came in on a show and they had a great message, and it really spoke to me personally, definitely with all the work at the school that we do. And so I offered to make them their website completely for free. And so we went into that. It was a really funny interaction because I went in as like, I saw the current website, and this is something that I normally like to do, is just look at a website and see how it works. And it seemed nice, very simplistic, but nice at the time. And so I made a compliment about it. And they said, well, actually, our web designer is out. Like, he's not replying to anything. I can't get this in. Right. It's full code, so I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And which is a terrible position to be in.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hated not having control. Anytime that I built anything or built a community, especially back in the early days when we started this, when the designer would come in and be like, yes, I'm going to build their website, and it's so complicated and overbearing. And I'm like, what are you using? They're like, we're using Wix. It's so complicated for the average person. I'm like, holy fuck, you're an idiot. But then they would leave and everything would disappear. Like, nobody could do anything.
And that's always the problem, is that the follow up on a website, because when you look at a website, obviously it's W1. Most sites that are being created inside of crypto right now are W1 sites. But the follow up and the consistent change in a website is super important, definitely in a dynamic community. So the idea of having a web dev come into a community, create a singular website, and then pop out, and then nothing ever gets changed again is terrible.
Yeah.
And which I think is a beauty of WebForge in this scenario.
It is, because if you can get a space monkey to come in here and make a website, like with templating and dynamics and the videos and learning and all that stuff. Like I was saying, the nuclear bomb of stuff within WebForge has been just incredible. Like this, let me give you. I'm gonna switch over as we're gonna go to Shogun Fusion here, right? I was gonna expose target. So listen, 20 minutes before the show, I said, I don't think, because Mr. Quinton pointed out on our Shogun Fusion page, there was 3 404 error pages that were on there that lead to support pages to our system. So our main system, ShogunFusion.io, sits on a Google Cloud network and protectional network, but the support systems don't really need to be that secure. So, we built, an info center, a learning hub. And this was just a holder page for a while, but the Info Center and Learning Hub, these are important. These are about who we are and what we're doing. To make that website, to have somebody come in and make the website would have been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, right? For somebody to come in and do that. We came in, built it up, got the sponsors page up, turned it to privacy policy, all right before the show. About a half hour ago, he pointed out that we got 3 pages done and they were on. Like, you don't have that much control. Now, I already know a lot about the system, so I'm already ahead of the game. But having this availability to be able to come in and edit on the fly and get stuff up so quick, have it secure and have it ready has just been a godsend, because the true essence of functional movement is being able to kick in quickly, right? So we have something like our sponsors and partners page. Now that's up, right? All of our stuff is on. This wasn't here 45 minutes ago. It didn't exist. And now as a section of connection, which is really powerful. Another thing that the WebForge network will commit to, and it has been, that we've been doing now, is the AI. Like the process of having it connect with customers and talk to people is just too powerful to pass up. And I think this is what turns people off in a way. Right? Like it's so much, they're inundated. Like they don't know what to do. That's why a lot of people who have ADHD, like myself, have a dirty room, right? It's cluttered, like with all my coffee cups and stuff.
I think it's like a Lego set. You can use just a small amount of Legos and build yourself a nice little thing to look cool. Or you can use everything and really expand into the true potential of what WebForge has. And I think the website builder is a great example of this. Because, I mean, when you look at website builders, the things that WebForge has is pretty standard, but where it becomes different is the availability for expansiveness. One, you're looking at it right now. There's a huge array of templates right here.
And they don't have to be perfect.
Formats. Exactly.
They don't have to be perfect for what you're looking for. You're just looking for, like, you don't have to worry about color or typeset or anything. It's just like formatting, Like if you wanted the formats to be a particular way, you could easily just come in. All right, I don't like the menu on this system, so don't use that one. So find something else that has a better menu system in it. Boom. Let's click this one. Have a look at it. All right, I like that one a little bit better. Oh, I don't like that button. But you can also change some of the criteria of things as well. If the format is good, choose it and move on. Now, that's a good part about ease of use. Is like you can go in. Sometimes too easy. It's just too easy. You want to make it a little bit more complicated. You wanted to give it a little bit more pizzazz, and you could do that because it has a what you see is what you get system. It has a very drag and drop no code feature, but it also has coding. I think that's where I get from it.
That's the other part, is like when you look at builders and like normally the cons to what a builder system is one, specificity, and 2, expansive components. So if you want a complicated component on your website, builders normally have a problem with it, because if it's not expressly made in the builder, you can't have it. But in the WebForge website builder, there is a code module, which means you can now integrate anything within the base codes on your website. And this was shown in Heart Sparkle Mermaid, because we actually made a full drawing module that is hosted straight up onto the website, and
Oh my
where
God.
you can draw, use stickers, and then download your drawing straight to your computer
Oh, wow.
or your phone.
That's amazing. And all that
Yeah.
was done behind the scenes. Like we don't need credit for it for that way. Right. But it's to have the availability to have somebody who knows the network well enough to be able to use that. This is what it really separates, and again, this is not just for coins. I mean, we have a lot of clients, right? There's a lot of people in there that would have accounts with us. Some are using them, some are not. But the real power here is that when people have the availability to come in and utilize any one of these things that are in here. Yes, some of them do cost money. Like you got the AI agent. It's like with anything. You got ChatGPT. You're going to be spending $26, $27 a month on ChatGPT, right? Everything has an expense. But now with AI, we can have a voice AI that can talk to customers. You got conversational that can do text and snapshot stuff. This is what I'm really excited about is the knowledge base system here that you can create almost in a drop of a hat and create a language model all about your company or your coin or your tokenomics or everything in there almost instantly. You can give it some information and have it play. Now, you can also create and import direct information from like documents and things like that. But this would take days to make before. Now it takes minutes. And I think that's the potato in the microwave mentality.
Yeah.
I think, because what we have paid to be here and how much it's taken to build this is well worth it, because what we use alone, I'd say we're 1/10 of the accounts that are in here, like with our Panther Kenpo, with Shogun Martial Arts, with Panther Web Tools, our other site that you can buy domains with, like there's all these secondary systems that we use for this to make our life even better. We're not even talking yet the other things that we're building in the back offices here for this stuff. You can have one of the other great things I like about this, and there's a company out there, Prevail Swap, and I know that they were doing they had a print on demand system, right? And I know that it went to the way of the dodo because the programmer left or did something happened, and I've been always like very clear, like we have this stuff as well, and we should be putting this out there. Now that's going to be a paid for service, of course. We can't do that for free, but the concept of building it is almost like quickly set up. Like if you got a product and you want to like do the print on demand thing, the Shopify thing, you want all that stuff, you should be coming to talk to us. You should really be sitting down and having a conversation with us, because this WebForge network is probably the most powerful system in building from an MVP up. This is the biggest powerhouse that goes unrecognized all along the process. We sometimes take it for granted.
Yeah, the for granted part is huge because the expansive nature of this. I mean, when talking with communities and just like first showing them around inside of WebForge, you get a lot of like, wow, I can't really see a way that I would use that, or that.
Yeah.
And while it's a fair perspective, it's also not a creative perspective.
No,
because
it's not.
Even the automation system inside of here, think of a way to even just have a newsletter to your community, and a way that you can now create advanced alpha. So when you and your team are creating concepts for what to do with the token inside of the project, and you go on to the next phase of, okay, now we're actually creating this, you have a list of people who are on a information stream to get that information before it's released out fully.
And that's the thing, right? When somebody's like, I've never used to contact things because people in the crypto world don't fill out forms. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Right? Because that's the thing. If they want something bad enough, they're going to fill out a form to get it, right? The other is the integrational triggers and the webhooks and everything else that start from this, being able to track and make opportunities. These are things that are so powerful. Now, if you do have a W-2 process, right, where you're driving traffic to a website and you've got payment links and all kinds of things, you want to be able to track that stuff. And I think that's what this does. This sounds like an infomercial, but it's okay. And I know, because there's a lot of there's a lot of you that don't know that this exists. And why you don't, I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't do a good enough job of promoting or pushing it, but these things are coming to a head, that they will no longer be quiet. We are going to be pushing and promoting all this to our TikTok, which is another thing in State of Shogun here today. We hit, I think it was 20,000. No, did we hit 20,000? I thought we came very close. Let me pull it up here. No, we're still sitting at 19,700 followers right now. That's what we're sitting at right now. I got to go and hit on my follow backs here right now. Check this shit out. This is huge. We have I don't know. You see that screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to hit my follow back because they follow me and I promised I'd follow him back. But yeah, so there's so many people in this network that are starting to see our videos. Some of you are watching right now through the system. I know that there's a lot of information. I could be doing this forever. Follow back, follow. There we go. Requested, follow back. But yeah, so there's just so many things that we can do with this video. 2,000 views. Again, we're not getting a lot of views. There's nothing going heavily too viral. I think we had one video that hit like 10,000, I think, or something at one point. But again, this is coming to ahead as well of not being quiet anymore, because we have now an automation system, not just through our WebForge system, right? Which it triggers through WebForge. We have a lot of triggering stuff that happens through WebForge as well, but also through Google Drive. But Mr. Quinton and I have been studying and working with AI agents, not just in WebForge, but in other things as well. And we created this agent system that powers into our hang on one second. Let me go Shogun main. Here we go. And you can see, like right now, at 12, an hour and a half ago, it was popping out for the show. Like, have a look at the show. Here's where it's going to be. So this goes. Oh, good morning, Shogun squad there. So, and then we have automation that happened in the system. So
we can't see. Are you showing something on the screen?
Nope. This one. Idiot. There we go. So, we have automation systems now that come in and give a unique message every day, every part, not just every day, but, multiple times throughout the day, because the same old happening and everybody's got tags and stickers and things like that. That's very creative, Rip. And Clark, they come in and they're doing that, but so is this guy, and this is only still the beginning. These agents that we're building are doing so with learning modules and language models that we have all about Shogun and all the things we're doing. Again, creating the connections, making it powerful, making it unique, super strong. All right. So let's now talk, Mr. Quinton, about the, I think one of the biggest things that we've been really working on the last couple of months here has been the Shogun Fusion system. This concept of creating an NFT minting and marketplace isn't the only thing that the Fusion is going. The uniqueness here is the Fusion side. And it is not ready just yet for the Fusion side. We wanted to create the MVP model, the minimal viable product, to have a minting and marketplace for you to be able to mint and sell your NFTs. And why this is so powerful is because we have an opportunity to do a few unusual things that most markets don't do. One is to have an auction process like you see here with YOLO Cyborgs. She has it they have it down for 5 days, and you can come in and you can make a bid. You can place a bid on the actual NFT, or you can make an offer even. I know, wait, okay. So while it's in there, you can't make an offer, but I can place a bid, right? And why that's so cool is because I can also look to see, all right, which one of you fools in there made a bid on it, and I can kind of see what the history is. I can see all the activity. I can look it over on SoulScan. I can do all that stuff, and I know this person that bid prior to, let's say everything. And I don't know if I should do this. See if that worked. Yep. And confirm. And and take that. It's gonna take a second. I know it takes a second because that's to validate everything and it goes through security. There it is. It has been placed. Now, if I hit the item, let me see if I hit refresh here. I'm gonna win this thing. Sorry, Egon. Outbidding the professor. Now it has to go up a certain amount each time. So if you do get a failure rate, it's because you haven't made it high enough. You got to make it higher. It's progressive. 5% always new. More. Right? I want the Trump. I want it. But sorry. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be addictive. It's going to be addictive. There's like so many things happening right now. There is a lot of things that are happening again in the Shogun Fusion world. I don't know if you know who Baby YOLO is. I don't know if you know who Ghost is. I don't know if you know who Just a Lotto is. Some of you better know some of who that is. But so many things are coming out to play with that network. Beautiful, loving. Let me jump in. It's going to take a second. Again, I have a lot of stuff happening on my computer as well, so I could be showing slow as well here. And his collection, I don't know if he's got one on it yet. In fact, I probably shouldn't even, I shouldn't be showing it. I should be letting him show it from that position. Uh-oh. Cancel. Let me pull it up again. There we go. Scared me. But there was something wrong with the website.
No, I was on my end, and I think we both had just like the internet pull a little bit.
Yeah. That was so crazy. All right. So, but the other good thing is like the ease of use of this being in Solana and having I got to learn how to get my notifications are still not shutting off on my phone. But we just have a lot of stuff, man. Like there's so many good things coming, and our own NFT launch, our Shogun's Founders Collection, going to be coming online. Well, that was super quick. Did you see how fast that was? Oh, that felt so good. I love it when websites act fast. It is powerful.
Nice and snappy.
It's snappy. I like snappiness.
Because I remember looking into something a while back, and I was thinking about like, why does a fast acting website actually like feel good? And I thought of, if a website takes too long, it's almost like that feeling that you get when you walk in another room and forget what you're doing.
Yeah, I like that. It's like, why was I here? What was I looking for? Yeah. In this, if you're seeing on the screen right now, you see the Shogun Fusion auction page. And what this is I was practicing on putting stuff in, but Anvilbot will have its own NFT system that you'll be able to buy and sell these. Why this is so powerful is because if I click on and I buy one, like this one got bought yesterday. Bought up by, I think Baby YOLO bought it, but 25% off. If you're holding this and you're using the Anvilbot, you can apply this and I'll give you 25% off of your fees in the process. We will also have Anvilbot affiliate booster, right? So if you're an affiliate with the network, I'll boost you. It has a maximum, right? You can only buy one and you can only use one at a time, and you can't be already using other systems. So it'll boost your 10% or 20% at that point up to, or
talk about an investment.
Right. Super cool. The network of this is so powerful, and now eventually you'll be able to sell these as well. Like you can come on, like if you bought this one here, and you got somebody who wants, and again they've both been bought. I don't even have them up there very long, and they're all bought. But you can then turn around and sell them for a profit. That's the best thing about this. Like, if you find yourself doing it and this is just utility, you can go find another coin. Hey, listen, I have this NFT that if you buy it from me, here's where you buy it, or you can even give it away. I don't care. If that person comes to us and they have it and they're utilizing it and everything matches up, I'll honor it. This is just one, and this is called the deal format, right? In the deal, it's 25% off on the Anvil bot. And it has all the information in it, where it was from, who it was from, who it was transferred to, if it was sold. If you could take it to another market. This is an SPL NFT, so wherever you can go to any marketplace and be able to sell these now. But you're going to want to sell some of your other NFTs here too, because there is a great power in doing that. We're very excited about this side of it because there is so much that is firing off. The Just a Lotto drip collection that we just worked with Just a Lotto, and this is going to be huge for this weekend. Having a lot of fun with it. I can't wait to be able to show them the fusion side of stuff that's coming as well. So there is a lot of good stuff there. YOLO cyborgs and a whole bunch of other things that are coming out as well.
And that's the drip. Like, this is just the very first established module for what this is going to be, because this is the Shogun Fusion NFT marketplace, but there's the fusion side of it that's still coming. And like, just to see that this is just a platform for that module to succeed on. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I know, because that was the thing that I wanted to do and why we done it this way. And I know it's taken longer. To my fam out there from Shogun, you're like, man, why is it taking so long? Well, you know what? When I many moons ago, and I won't even say who it was with, my father and my grandfather, my stepdad and my grandfather, had made a deal with a particular person to buy in building a building and being a part of it. Not only, and this is what's weird, is like a lot of people don't know this, when they were building the buildings out, the owner of the buildings, who was actually employing them, gave them an opportunity. Reduce your costs down by a certain percentage, and I will give you, you do some of the work for free, and I will give you essence in the company, right? That essence in the company didn't mature for 10 years. So you had to do the work, you did the work, and then you got paid even more for that in the 10-year mark. But imagine having stock, if you will, in Trump Tower. Do you understand? When I say my family has known Trump and his family for a very long time, it's true, right? My parents and my grandfather and my dad had stock in the Trump Tower and that network Trump Tower. And everybody's like, wow, he's gone bankrupt and all that stuff. Yeah, you know what? But he's made some pretty wild deals that I've seen in my lifetime. Now, that's the thing about our network. And a lot of people don't realize is, when we first started with Shogun, there was a cost to being on. You came in, you bought some Shogun in the very beginning, which fueled the first packs of things that we built. And then we hired some people, we brought some people in to do some work with us. And I said, we'll give you rev share, but it's going to take time. We're going to try to do it for the beginning of the year. If we get rev share by the beginning of the year, we're golden. But if not, it's going to take time. You got to be there. And some just don't have the patience. This is not an industry of people who have patience, is it, Mr. Quint?
Yeah. Almost exactly the opposite.
Yeah. Now, I have found that the filter is those that are still hanging with me, still chilling. You may not be doing anything. You may just be hanging out, waiting, right? You've done some work. You got me to that point. Like I said, I'm still going to honor that with you, unless you bailed, unless you sold all your Shogun, unless you talked some smack on the way out the door, right? And you didn't have enough balls to say it to my face, but you talked smack as you were leaving, as you did things. If you played games, we know. Come on, let's be serious, right? This is not for everybody. Go on your merry way. Have the regrets later. I'm okay with that, right? I'm still here. I still have 700 million fucking coin in the network that I can control. 500 million is going to get locked up here very soon. We have family. My son, my wife, my son's girlfriend. She's my family too now because she's my daughter, right? They're all invested. My best friend, Mark and Jeannie and all those guys. My best friends, new blood in the network. Clark from Bluey and Tire Dads and Ray and Jay and Mike and all these people that are part of this wonderful world of everything we're building. And they're so prepared to go the distance, right? Because it takes time. If you buy a building, let's say you buy a home, right? Unless you pay cash, right? It doesn't have an immediate worth. It is a deficit to you for a while. Like the realization of the maturity of your house doesn't really procure until you've either put enough money in it or the market has shifted and the value becomes more over what you've already paid. That's equity. Everybody here now has future realized equity, because how much is this company worth right now? Mr. Quinton, you were around for the conversations and the appraisals of our company. Okay, so the company being Shogun Dynamics, the value being well north of $3 million. Now,
Yeah.
if you just started and you got there, let's say you came in the very beginning, you got 1% rev share promissory, right? What's 1% of $3 million?
Enough.
You hadn't really had to do anything. You
Yep.
bought some in, you made some, you stuck around, you've been in the long haul. There's some of us that have 6%. We're the top owners, right? Me, Amy, Duff, Scott, Rip. They've been here the whole time. Not fully active in everything, right? Occasional telegrams, big meetings. I've been quiet. We've all been quiet, but we've also been under attack for a while.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between being quiet and absent and being quiet and focused.
Yeah.
Because they're
And I'm okay because a lot of people have wage cage, right? Like like Amy's got day to day. Duff had a big accident and he's got day to day. Rip's got day to day. Scott and I and you, right? Because you got a hefty percentage too, right? Because of who you are now, right? You're up to 3%, 3 or 4%, I think it is.
Yeah.
Because of what you've done and what you've helped build. I wouldn't have been able to do it. I could not have done what we have done without you. There's no way in hell I could have ever done it without you. I could have had $1 million in my hands and I still would not have been able to do it without you, because what you have taken on and learned and made your own has blushed in comparison to 50 people in the network.
It takes a lot to learn it. It takes a lot to learn it.
But once you get it, you see my trials and tribulations now when you got 50 people and they're asking you to do 75 things and you only got time for one. So you have to choose. You have to compartmentalize. You have to triage, if you will. Very well. All right, so let's jump in, because I don't want to. This is not about bashing Shogun and the history of Shogun that way. It is the state of Shogun, so we're there. We are also in the coming week, as we prepare for everything out, and we dry fire a few of these beautiful little collections. We did so with the Shogun Fusion one. We're jumping in. If you're watching and you want to kind of come in, let me see. I don't know if I have any verificationals that I have to click off on. I'm going to check here real quick. No, still. Oh, wait.
You should have one more.
You did one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't need to be a creator, do you? Unless you want to create. You want to create some NFTs?
But yeah.
Okay. I like to make NFTs. I want to see who some of these are. So it's Shogun, that's Alpha Wolf. I should have. Okay. I think why does it say pending? Oh, that's all right. Let me hit yours. Let me see if you can get into yours here real quick. Telegram, blah, blah, blah. Is verified. Yeah, there we go. Boom, and save. Yay. And now I'm going to go here. Sorry, I am doing it on the screen, but I can't show you the screen because it's naughty. Approved.
Naughty.
Save changes. There you go.
Be careful you
Approved.
say that. You're going to make Tassa come up here.
Right. All right. There you go. You're an asshole. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody that's been here today. What else do we got, Mr. Quinton?
So let's see. So we've gone over WebForge, or a little tiny baby portion of it.
Yeah.
Talked about Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about the state of our interactions and how the front looks. I mean, that's all of the front-facing stuff. The front, like, stuff that is now and here.
Yeah.
I think that gives a good wrap around on some of our recent workings.
Yeah.
And I don't think that there's anything else extremely prominent to talk about at this point, unless you want to, look into the happenings of crypto.
I don't think I'm up for speculation today of the market. We were looking at Solana here just a little while ago. Let me see if I pop it up here, because I do want to talk about that, because you've been working with Ghost on perps here just recently. I need a good, let me see, what can I use here for that? Let's go to
yeah, and that's a whole another conversation in itself. Like,
oh yeah, that's
like,
and I don't even think I'm ready for that today, because my mind is set around the creative process of the NFTs and what we're building over there. I think I'd much rather stay with that and get ready for the mint collection or condition here coming. There's so many good things that are happening right now. It looks like there's a lot of people in the boat, but really everybody's got their own boat. And I think that's where the real power is here today.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not getting a lot of interaction from some of the people that are coming in. We're here watching the gun show here on July 1st. I want to tell everybody too that the state of Shogun with the show as well is coming to reopening in full format here. We're doing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays still. There'll be segments of the show. We are selling sponsorships. They will be coming heavy. Once we open up the NFT system and we get all that stuff, we're going to be outreaching to the NFT community, like bringing on YOLO and bringing on anybody who's making new ones. We're going to be contacting them to come out on the show. We're going to have the Shogun Fusion hour or half hour within that to come out and show the NFTs, how easy it is to buy, having community parties with the NFT system. There's just a lot, to bring a group of people into a community center to where we're pumping up NFTs and buying and selling and finding different utilities. And, hey, if anybody who's ever buying that one, I'm going to send you, a couple thousand Shogun to drive into it. These kind of things are heavily needed in this industry to create segues, of that usage. And the fun part is that right now it's inexpensive. There's zero fees for minting. Okay. But there is a cost to selling. And, so somebody buys, and because you get royalties from it, it's amazing. So they can take it and they can resell it or redo other things with it. You can charge this all this stuff very, very easily on getting a community on set inside the network. And because it has a value of trending that you can create, you can get in and you can heart something. It's that simple, right? It's a value of creating a virility to the network, and that's what you want to do. I'm sorry, I did that and I didn't even show that it was being done. Now here's the thing. This is from our friends over at No Hat. Okay, and these were NFTs that he gave me personally, and I can resell them. And when I do, as you can kind of see I couldn't change this description if I wanted to, because it came into the meta of the actual NFT. It's created by Beagle King. Okay. But it has a history here. It was listed for sale for 0.592. Now, if somebody buys this, if you're watching this right now, somebody buys this and comes back and tells me that, hey, I bought this. If you're watching the show and you buy this NFT, secretly, this will get you 10,000 Shogun. 10,000 is not a lot. It's not, not a lot. And a affiliate of 30% over on Anvilbot. And we're going to be putting that into, I can easily do that right now. Watch this right here. We're going to share this on X. Watch this. This is super easy. Check out the NFT, No Hat Legends NFT. Boom. I'm going to kill the hashtags here. I'm going to say, if you buy this, I will give you 10,000. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do this. Screw this. 100,000 Shogun and 30% commissions on Anvilbot and post. Now go to the profile. I think I went to the wrong one. Oh, wait, no, did I? Nope, there it is. Let's see if people pay attention. Click on it there, and they buy it. All they have to do is, as soon as they do, we just did that live on air, just right there. That wasn't very hard at all. Using this system too, we've created this to be very simplistic, very simplistic. Like you can go from, if you have the knowledge of making an NFT and getting it lined in, there's a small application to fill out if you're going to be creating NFTs with us. So we know that we can trust you and we can go from there. So I think the real power here for all of you is to have the availability to make something. And you're not, I don't want you to just come in and make shit, right? You're not just going to throw porn up here or anything like that. If you do that, then we're going to berate the shit out of you, because we're going to have all of you before you go move into anything. We're going to have all of your information as well, not your home address and stuff, but who you are and what you're doing and your communities and your outreach and all that stuff. And if it happens to go out there, we'll burn everything on there. If there's something that's too bad, not nice, right? We want to create a community in the process, not some sort of Pornhub kind of mentality, right? But hey, if you got it, a little risque here every once in a while, like there's stuff out there that could be risque, and I'm okay with that. I'm not a prude, but this is something too that's going to be very awesome for everybody. Is you're going to be able to go through and really start. This is less than a day's worth of reaching out to people and getting some people on and helping us test. Look at this. This is worth. This has been a lot of work. If you're watching this, say something in the chat room. Give me a reason to stick around for another couple minutes. If not, I completely understand. We have a lot of good creators over here, people that are coming on board. They're making some stuff. I'm hoping that you guys get an opportunity to come over. We're going to have a whole learning system in here. Right now, we'll have it under help system, but there's going to be a learning system about NFTs, how to make them. We're going to have tips and tricks from some of the professionals that are out there, a whole series from Baby YOLO and all that network of people that are building NFTs and how they're doing them and all that stuff. We're going to have the Mint Collection show that'll be up there that you can be a part of. It's just endless. There's just so many things. Mr. Quinton, you got anything final you would like to say?
I think we covered all of our bases. Sorry. I was talking, but my mic was muted.
So you think we covered everything?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Because I think personally there is a lot that we've already covered, but there is so much more to still cover. But I think there is I think there's an opportunity for most people in our industry to take advantage of the tools that we've created. We just got to get them. They don't know it yet. They don't know that they have that opportunity. And so we are now going to be focusing on our outreach and how we talk to people and how we get things going on. And I think that's where the real selection is going to start taking on. I'm trying to stall a little bit because I'm trying to find out from Ghost if he's going to be able to jump on or not. Talk about.
How about all the wonderful things that he has?
Yeah, because he does. He's got a lot of stuff too. He's another freaky deaky builder.
Yeah, yeah. That's not even considering the 69 lotto balls.
69 lotto balls. Yeah.
Oh.
There is a tremendous amount of people that are waiting to hear from us with things that have been going on, and we've been trying to talk to people as much as possible. All right.
I mean, everything that we have pushed to build up to this point is all for a platform for your communities to succeed. And that's the big part, is definitely when you're looking at how we can help you, we try to articulate ourselves to be as low cost as possible.
Yeah.
And the caveat to that is that you got to learn some stuff. You know, the Anvil bot is a wonderful, wonderful system that has extremely versatile functionality. But with that functionality, you got to understand it. It just takes a little bit longer. We give you those means to learn it, but you got to learn it. Same thing with WebForge.
Yeah.
It's an extremely vast system that is applicable to not only multiple different industries, but also multiple different communities here inside of crypto.
Right.
I mean, every single community has a website. Every single community can benefit off of a newsletter, an alpha letter.
Yeah.
Every single community can additionally benefit off of a AI agent.
Mm-hmm.
Every single community has social medias. Even just on those handful of things, that is a major impact into how your team and your project works.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, I don't want to say the success, but the tools that are provided here is cheaper, is easier to use, and after being set up will save you a ton of time to focus into the content side of what you're doing, into the utility side of your project, all these other focuses.
Yeah, I see that. And I feel that the misunderstandings of what market can be and what they should be, are different from every single community that I've met. Like some focus on nothing but the coin, some focus on nothing but utility, some people focus nothing but community. So that you can alter. That's the thing. Ours can be a chameleon to everything you need. There isn't a thing in any community that one of our services can't touch at a point, right? Like there is still so much to build, right? Like I was talking to Mike, MJ, and Jay from Tire Dads. Like if I had an unlimited budget, like pretty soon we may with the Shogun Fusion, this is going to go so fast, dude. Let me tell you. Once you hit it and we protect it and it's all good, it's going to go fast, because this will send money over to build more servers and networks for Anvil. Then you'll build the other system. And then we got a communicational network for tracking funds. And then there's like so many different things for collabs and networks and communication, social media interjection and AI agents and all of stuff, but
exactly.
It takes money.
And how many places do you go into that you hear something like that? I mean, a lot of places, a lot of projects have one really strong goal. They do one thing and that's their power,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
is to provide that thing.
Now there is power. There is power in that, right? There is power in having a solo mentality behind one thing. This is what I do. I hit button. I hit button. I hit button. And now if that button pays you, then you make money and you're good. And then you go play, right? You go do your thing. Then you come back Monday morning. I hit button. I hit button.
Well, I mean, it's also if that button is applicable, because it's so specific and singular that that button has to work.
Yes. Now that's the beauty part about what we've built. Is if one person's hitting a button, the other one's pulling a lever, and you want them to talk to each other, and finding interconnection with everything is another source, because you don't have enough time in the day to Now, that's just one button. I hit button, hit button. But what happens if you got 15 buttons? You only got 2 hands. Then you got hit button, button, button. You're still hitting one at a time. But now I made a hammer that hits 15 buttons at once, you know?
And
So
exactly.
being able to analyze and put together the MVP product and put together all that and take all that experience and all that knowledge and be able to utilize it is something that we've really we pride ourselves on, because not only did we build the Anvil bot, create the coin, create the community, however you feel the success is irrelevant, right? And we've built a dojo, we've built a multi-million-dollar real estate business, we've built all these things, you know, right here at the platform levels. Each one has got a little higher than the others, right? But as you build up, the foundation is collaborated between and collated between all of the foundations. So one grows, all grow. That's it. Now, if one hits higher than the other, it'll support the others. All right. I think Ghost is not going to be here. He says we're going to have a meeting with one of the NFT, one of the largest NFT builders in the industry, Baby YOLO, and YOLO founded Big YOLO here in about a half an hour. But we're going to call it today. Mr. Quinton, I cannot say this enough. Thank you so much for being here today and helping me get through, helping us get through all of this stuff that we do. Is there anything lastly you would like to say?
I love to be here. This is it's a joy to be able to learn these skills and to apply them and to help others succeed in their visions and in their projects. And so I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited for the long-term future that we will become and be.
I agree. Couldn't have said it better myself. In fact, I won't. I'll leave it there. You have the final word. Everybody out there, thank you so much for being here today. If you've watched, please like and share. We'll be back on Thursday, July 3rd, for the show. We may have some great announcements on the NFT project for Just a Lotto and for ourselves. We're probably not going to be firing ours off until next week for the main one done by Duffy and his team. But we will be in there, and we're going to keep you apprised. Make sure that you stay tuned here. Check us out through our network. Check us over at shoguncryptos.com. I want you all to go out there and have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. If I don't see you or hear from you, please make sure that you take care of yourself. We'll see you next time. I'm Trader Max. This has been a Shogun Gun Show here on July 1st, 2025. And as always, Dante, you came in late. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming into the chat room there. I appreciate you as fuck. As always, live well.